Praying for me not to go to hell. Little man ride with me, angels cry, mothers pray. But she froze up, trigger finger pulls up, load up, see me pulls up. EBK shooting 2K, pressure on your homie smoke up. Oh no, take your soul, devil don't flow, devil praying don't go to hell. Fuck your homie, fuck your hood. I hate melt his face, you are back to the dough. But you go home, not the one. Shoot out hit his one, catch him that he done. Fuck a cop, fuck a up, shoot out bleeding, just drop. Bitch. Heater to your double faces, melted outside in your brain. Running through, wanna rock like me, wanna mush like me, wanna fuck with me, wanna rain like me. Nah, you can't mush like me, you can't rock like me, you can't rain like me. Let it Jesus be, shoot your soul to the beat. 7 days, practice number 6. Fuck you 6 bitches, you ain't make you wait. Drowning with the beat, just be on my back. You some bitch without a leash. Suck a bell, raising hell, can't rate your views. Higher than your bitch, better than your homie. Turn it over and it's great. Run with the beat, till you run like me. Clear yourself a god, make you bleed. Clear yourself, 6 and kick to my dick. Suck your name to the death. Pop you into quits. Handle bitch, put the heat to your face and watch you melt. Cry you slipping, now you crying, begging for some help. Fuck you, homie, can't tell. Boom, 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 in the row. You escape, fuck your whole crew. Pussy is the life, cut you off like dead buddy. You don't get no bitches or no money. Shoot a lean head, follow to his punk ass bullet vest. Pistol whip, no fuck best. Oh, who the hell will you tell? You say hell, say it, burn it down, bitch, burn it down. Beyond that 40, let it down, bitch, put it down. 40, rain it down, bitch, rain it down, bitch. Rain it down, bitch.
What is good, y'all? This is Voices of an Artist, Bossy motherfucking V in the motherfucking building. We got a special guest. Before I even introduce you to him, let me tell you all the time, you guys, your voice, you are an artist, you are a human being. Mental check yourself all the time. You know, sometimes it gets overwhelming, it could be stressful, but it's worth it. But at the end of the day, it's not worth your health. Okay, so make sure you check yourself mentally, emotionally, because we all deal with a lot of bullshit in our lives. And I really don't want nobody to, get hurt. I don't want nobody to feel like they can't or be able to, be able to, speak on things in terms of emotionally, we go through our shit. Also get help for your in terms of if you need help homeless wise, seek shelter. There's therapy out there too, sources, virtual. They got virtual things going on now in terms of medical care. So please reach out, and make sure you guys are good. Make sure you understand that it's important to take care of yourself as an artist or anybody who's doing anything in the business, in the industry, whether it's music, whether it's not music. Just make sure you check, make sure you're good. And now I'm going to introduce my special guest. He is super dope. I met him at Sin City's first segment event she just recently did. I think it was about 2 months ago. And he's super cool. Like, he got this whole vibe. He's hardcore. Like, I love all types of music. And when it comes to like heavy metal, and soft rock, stuff like that, that's one thing everybody can know about me. I love stuff like that too. It's not just R&B or hip hop. I love other agendas type of music. What's good? So introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Ty Zio, coming to y'all from Massachusetts, but I'm Harlem based at the moment.
Awesome. So it's a Tyzio. Who is Tyzio? Where did you came up with that name, and what inspired you to pursue this type of career?
So I've wanted to do music pretty much my whole life since I was like a kid. Like I always just saw myself as somebody doing that for a living. As for my name, my real name is Tyler Zio, so it's just making my real name sound cooler. Like no one really called me Tyler growing up. It was always Ty. So it's like I just found a way to like spell it better and just put Ty Zio.
Oh, okay, that's pretty snazzy. Cause I kind of did the same. Cause if you put Bossy V, the V it does mean that's like a short version of my real name. So
What's
so
your full name?
Veronica.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yes, yeah. So it puts it in. I get you. I feel you. So I kind of put it with it too.
Yeah, it's just like I couldn't picture like being called like this like really like weird or unique name for the rest of my life. So I just found a way to make the name I'm already used to sound way cooler.
Yes, that's actually very clever. I like how you did that. Not many can do that. It's kind of hard. Some people don't like their name. Some people just
Yeah.
would rather keep it like the way it is or whatever.
Yeah, and I believe it. It's like I always feel like rappers like their names from back in the day. That was just what they were always called as like kids by their friends. So I was just thinking, what if people always called me? And it was either Ty or Zio. So I just combined the two together.
Oh, that's super cool though. So what makes you an independent artist?
Like what do you mean?
In terms of how do you describe yourself as an independent artist? Like what makes you like, like I always say I want all artists to be able to tell their story. So behind your name, there's a reason for that name besides your name and pursuing this type of career. Like, have you ever wanted to do music all your life?
Yeah, it's definitely been an all my life thing. I was just always attracted to it because I play guitar, I play bass. I was in bands for a lot of years actually before I decided to just be a solo artist. I'm way happier just being a solo artist because I can create my sound the way I want to.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so I kind of have a metal background, but I also do have a rap background. So it's like it like influenced both my sounds growing up.
Okay, who are your influencers now? It could be either artists now that's up or upcoming artists.
So like I'd say for like modern like times for music, I'm really into like Sauce Mula Zilkami. They kind of do a similar sound I do. It's trap metal. I mean, I guess like Slipknot is still relevant because they're still making music and like doing shows. So Slipknot is definitely a big influence on my sound. Pretty much the whole new metal genre is where I draw like inspiration from, like Slipknot, Korn, Limp Bizkit, that kind of sound.
Oh wow, those are good hitters.
Also, I was really big into like Chicago drill back in the day when it was like popular. So like drill also has an influence on my sound and my lyricism.
Yeah, like I'm a huge fan of Slipknot. No cap.
Oh, nice.
Godsmack.
Yeah, Godsmack's really good.
Nevada, Creed, Metallica.
Creed,
yeah. Like there's so many. No, yes, y'all, you're getting to know Bossy V again.
Right.
They don't know that side of me. They just know I do R&B and hip hop and things like that. But no, that's the only thing I like. Like I said, that's why I got so interested in you because I'm like, holy shit, he fucking really rocks. Like,
thank you. I appreciate that.
I was like, that is so freaking cool. Like between you and this other band that I met off of one of my boss man's show, QS Radio, shout out to him. He had a whole, I think the leader of the band there called Ryder. I don't know if you heard of them, Riders.
Nah.
Oh my God, I gotta show you their information, but they're super fucking dope. Like this vibe they have is pretty much what you like in the era in terms of like hardcore rock and shit and metal. Like they're super dope and I dig their vibe and I'm trying to like really get a song with them because I'm switching, I'm trying to switch different things in my sound.
Yeah, it's good to experiment with like different genres.
Yeah, I want to get comfortable with all types of agendas. I really do because I love all types of music, and the fact that I listen to all types of music, I want to try to be able to produce some type of message in each and type of culture, you know.
Oh, cool.
So that's why it's like when I first saw you perform, and he performed, so he was like the energy was fucking crazy.
Thank you. Yeah, I love
Yes.
that. Like people really love my energy. That's like a common thing I always hear after I get off stage. Like, yo, the energy's 100. Yo, I fuck with the energy. Like, I love that.
Yes, yes, yes. And I love the fact that you can do that. Like I'd love to see artists besides myself. It helps me as an artist, to be honest, to look at artists like you in terms of how you hype up the crowd and stuff like that. It helps me as an artist to get comfortable with my stuff in terms of, because I'm still, growing as an artist in terms of performing and trying to get engaged more with the crowd so they could be comfortable with me too and stuff like that. So seeing artists like you get so hyped and just do your shit and don't give a fuck. Like I love it. Like it's really cool.
Thank you.
I really commend you, and I want you to understand that I'm really super proud of you. If nobody ever told you, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yes, and I really want you to keep pushing yourself. Don't stop. And you've been recently doing venues lately, and I was peeping. Yeah, so
yeah, I play any show I can get. Like literally, even
Yeah.
today, like when I was in Brooklyn, like I was just supporting my friend's pop-up shop. I didn't plan to perform, but then I heard like one of the promoters talking about people are going to perform now. So I just will ask like, is it open mic? And most of the time, like even though it's a showcase, they will let you go on if they like have a space for you. So I was
Yeah.
able to go on, and they let me go on first. So I really hyped up the crowd.
That's really cool. Like that's really dope. You could get those opportunities. I do recommend that everybody should do that. Like you should take every opportunity.
Every opportunity.
Like even if you're just popping out for your friend and you're supporting somebody's business, it doesn't hurt your business just to support somebody else's business. So
Oh, absolutely, it actually leads to more opportunities in my experience.
Yes.
Because then you get to meet people that they're working with, and then you also get chances like I did to perform, and then you meet even more people because you performed.
Yes.
It's a good way to introduce yourself to a crowd that doesn't know you. That's why I like to perform like venues that are different each time.
No, I totally agree with you. Don't mean to cut you off. I don't totally mean to agree with you because when we started talking and I saw you performing, I'm like, wow, like it's like I feel like you enjoy it more so, and you could tell you enjoy it because your energy.
Oh, I love it. I live off performing. I live for performing.
Yeah, so it's really cool that you're able to do that, and I'm in the future. I really do want to work with you because I kind of want to put a little bit of, if you play, you could play your bass guitar. So that's perfect because that's my favorite instrument.
Yeah, it's a really cool instrument. I played it in bands for a while.
Yeah, I played guitar when I was like young. I haven't played in a long time. Bass guitar was my favorite because when I started playing in high school, it was something new to me. So I was like, ooh, this is like different. It doesn't sound like everybody's stuff. So it's like the instrument is so unique, and I really want to put that in some of my music, even R&B. Like I want to really like funk it up,
Yeah, no, that would work good though, because a lot of the old school R&B like used to have guitar in it. Like TLC actually has like their song "No Scrubs" has guitar in it, and I think it sounds dope that way.
Yes. Yeah, so it's like, it's a lot of knowledge people don't understand, that there's people out there, they don't realize that even though we have a separate name for the name, sorry about that. They agree with us. Thank you. All right, guys. But anyways, in terms of that, pain in the ass. Quiet. All right, don't worry, I'm gonna edit all this shit, y'all. Yeah, in terms of when it comes to that, like we have names, like there's R&B, there's pop, there's rock, there's like different genre names. Even though we have those category names, but we all worked with each other before.
Mhm.
It all worked.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've often said that I feel like all music is basically designed the same. It's just the delivery makes the genre. That's why, like, certain songs can, like, they used to have the pop goes punk, or you know, pop goes funk, like crunk. It's because, like, literally you just change the delivery and it's a whole new genre, but it's still like a dope song regardless if it's structured right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's pretty. Like, it's really cool that when you really think about it and you really learn music, you really think about it. All these instruments that were used they were used in each R&B, doesn't matter, pop. If you really put it together, that's how they made these beats. Like, the instruments really makes the music, and it was never, even though it was labeled the way it was, people don't realize that it was already part of every genre of music. It was already classical, jazz, and blues, and it goes on.
Yeah, so a lot of genres stem from each other also.
Yeah, so it's really, really dope that it's that it's, you could like understand music the way it is. If you're like a music lover, the way, people, some people say they're music lovers, but some people are not, because you can tell. Because they'll even do it for the wrong reasons, and the right reasoners, they know more. So, oh my god. So, but I'm gonna actually play one more song, and let me handle them. I'll play one more song with you, and then we're gonna go back to this conversation because my dogs are driving me crazy. But yeah, just, it's like, when I say it before I do that, music in general speaking, if anybody is really a good music listener and loves music and actually is in it for the real reasons, they will understand it more so on how music is, in terms of each instrument, each agenda is the same. They all is working together, So it's like, that's the thing. They need to really get down and understand the music right now. But can't tell nobody shit because everybody knows everything.
Right. I think that's the worst, to think like anyone knows anything or knows everything. That's crazy, because it's like then they don't want to learn anymore.
Yeah, and nowadays there's a lot of that going on. Like, there's some that freaking swear they fucking know everything. Like,
yeah, it's like, just too much pride.
It's like, everything, but you're still where you're at.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, they don't move a step.
Exactly. So it's like, fuck shit. Like, just admit that you really don't know much, and I admit, I'm still learning.
Yeah, I feel the same thing. I mean, even though, like, I know I'm smart, I still feel like I know nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we know as much as we learned.
Absolutely. As much as we're willing to accept and, like, expand our horizon also.
Yes, exactly. Okay, before we go into your song, because it's getting juicy, guys. I love talking to intelligent artists. That's why I love bringing everybody to my show. I'll be talking to really different artists, and I love the fact that I get to know everybody, because the personalities is so intriguing to me, and it's a good vibe, And right. The fact that you have different agendas. You have the heavy metal, and you also did rap, so you combined it in one, which is freaking really awesome and amazing. And I commend you. And then you play instruments too. Oh my god, that's really super dope.
It's funny too, because the people will try to say like rappers aren't musicians because they can't play instruments, and I can play 2 instruments.
Yeah, and those are the same people that don't really understand what music is.
Nah, they don't. I mean, they're like old heads that think the only type of music's the one they grew up with, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like that. There's like different generations, so it's like, that was a whole discussion we was having at my friend's little birthday barbecue. Shout out to Katie. She's from Roswell. I think you know of her. She I've had put you in a group chat with her as well. Mm-hmm. She does photography as well, but she also has her podcast as well. So cool. We were talking about the generations, and it was her, it was S Rock, her, shout out to S Rock, her and a few others. It was all discussing about the generations, how everybody changed in the music and the mentality and stuff like that. And it's pretty accurate because if you really think about it, it's not what it is like it used to be. The shit that they have out now is more so like everybody's out for clout.
Yeah, it's kind of become trendy. Like I feel like a lot of the people like some people, for example, became like I feel like rappers and musicians because it was like trendy, not because they ever like cared about music. They just kind of wanted to get like see if they can get a lucky shot with like making revenue off of it, but they didn't really like ever care until it was like popular and clout worthy to go for it.
Yeah, like I feel like it's the same pretty way. So I think that's why like certain things I don't really like try to fit in with when it comes to like the music, because there's too many twinsies, there's too many like these twinsies and besties type of vibes, and I'm my own person.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so and I like to be my own person, and I'm very different when it comes to music and so forth. And when I'm vibing with someone, I try to feed off the energy, the vibes, the energy, and the music, and I try to understand their sound as well. I would love for them to understand mine, and I think it's a good way to be connecting with people in general. The aura, the energy, the vibes. If it's nice to have some type of connection. Like that's why I was talking about building musical relationships is important in your career because it's a different connection.
Yeah, it leads you to new opportunity and helps you like get where you want to go quicker.
Yes, and
because like they say, it's like your network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said that earlier too. You said that to me when we was at the second show, Vero G showcase.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, shout out to her. She it's like when you said that, it blew me away because I'm like, you know what, that's like so fucking true. Like I be saying that shit all the time. But it's like to hear it from somebody else and just say it, it's like, oh damn, like did you read my mind or something?
It's like you get that reassurance about what you've been thinking this whole time.
Yes, and that's what happened that day. Even though we all artists go through it at events where there's malfunctions in technology and stuff like that in terms of the mics, the sound, and shit like that. We all go through it, and I was exhausted from the other show. So, it was like I was exhausted from the interview I came from to go there. And then it was a lot. It was a lot of stuff going on. And
no, I know what you mean. I mean, we basically did the same two shows that night. And it's like, if that show probably wasn't like, because I live in Harlem, so that's literally a block away from me, that venue, because I played there before. If it probably wasn't a block away, I probably wouldn't have did a double feature. I usually will only do it if it's like close to where I live. Like
yeah, me too.
Just because like I don't want to go from like one end of the city to the other and then go to like another end that takes me even further away from my house.
Yeah, no, that's actually smart because it's the same thing with me. Like, today, shout out Auntie Karen. I don't know if you know who she is. Karen Bodden is actually a manager of someone that I adore, like a brother to me. Sedan, Son of God. She's a manager. She's also a publicist.
Oh, cool.
And she also is part of Steady Grinds. She works for Steady Grinds. Shout out to Steady Grinds, Keith. They all work together. So this is my other part of my musical family. She is super awesome. She's a good promoter and stuff like that. If you need promotion, you just gotta hit her up and stuff like that. She's really cool. She's very laid back, but she'll tell you how her opinion. She's very truthful. But she doesn't hurt nobody's feelings. Some people be so butthurt. Like,
well,
chill
that's
out.
The thing, though, too, is like it's totally possible to like say the truth without being like harsh or mean about it. There's ways to word like the truth. So it's like I think it's all in the delivery.
Yeah, because I feel like as an artist, I want you to help me grow. Okay, I want you to help me grow, but don't put me down at the same time.
Well, yeah, because I feel like that's just being like. a hater and
a
also like not
narcissist.
really being a genuine friend.
Exactly. Or someone who's in the business. I want people in the business to help me grow.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
I want that help. Of course I do. But don't put me down in the process of that because it does not mix. Just like
Yeah,
certain
it's
foods don't mix,
unnecessary.
it doesn't mix. And if you want an artist to do better, you have to build them up to do better. You
Oh,
have to
absolutely.
guide them sometimes, even if it's just a little advice. And sometimes not a lot of advice is free because people start charging people, $200 just to fucking get a consultant. Like, nah. My advice to you is free. Like, same way we gotta take the pain and hurt free. Like,
Good.
So
I mean,
yeah,
that's just like the stuff that makes us stronger in the long run.
yeah, and we need that support. Like, even if it's like, hey, listen, try it this way. Maybe you should get ideas, write things out. That helps us grow.
Like constructive criticism.
Yes, exactly, and that helps. See, I get a lot of that, and I get it with the right people though, because they don't talk to me crazy. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk to me disrespectful. They don't be rude to me. They give me a good energy where it's like, okay, you know what? I heard that. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I should change it this way, and I should take you. You know what? Thank you. Like that's the bond I have with them. And I never disrespected them because they never disrespected me. We have a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like artists should be able to have that, and it's sad that people don't even acknowledge that. And the fact that you're doing what you do with your energy, it just pushes me more as an artist and as a podcaster as well. And manager.
I'm happy I could do that for you.
Yes, and you're so awesome, and I love the fact that we met and
Same.
you've been really killing it. And okay, so you're reaching shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
How what was it like? Or how many recent shows you just recently did so far? Because you've been doing a lot of stuff here, huh?
Well, I guess because I've been doing a show anytime I can. I'd say since I've been in New York, I've done 30 shows, and I've been here 6 or 5 months. I moved here December.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm from Massachusetts. I know I told you that.
I remember you
interview,
said you were Massachusetts. Yes, I remember you were saying that. Like, how does it feel for the new environment for you since you've been in New York?
I'll be honest, it's very similar to Massachusetts because I was living in Boston before I moved here for a few years. And Boston's a very similar setup to New York City. The only difference is Boston's a little smaller and the roads are a little weirder. Here, you guys have it numbered. Over there, it's kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like don't give New York that much credit.
Well, I mean, I find it easy to find things because, say, if I need to go to 125th, I live on 143rd, so it's just less than 25 streets down.
Yeah,
it's that simpler. Whereas in Boston, the streets are all given names, so it's really you got to know where that name of that street is.
Yeah,
there's no clear way to get to really anywhere. Plus, a lot of the roads in Massachusetts are messed up, so it's driving anywhere is terrible. There's a lot of rotaries, so that's terrible. It's way actually better just to take the subway in Boston, my opinion.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I like to travel. New York, it has its moments.
I believe it.
Beautiful place. It's definitely a busy city.
Yeah, I mean, I like busy though, so it's it resonates with me. It doesn't bother me like it would someone else. I'm originally from a city, so it's normal for me to have this kind of.
Okay, so you're used to the city vibe. That's good.
Yeah, I've lived in the suburbs before, but it's I really don't like the vibe of that place.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't know, a faster pace, more action, more opportunity. So it's way better for me to live in a city than anywhere else.
Yeah, which is true. I'm kind of dreading. I'm stuck between moving out of here, out of New York and
where to?
Probably Jersey.
Jersey,
possibly.
I haven't really been to Jersey that much. I live across the bridge from it too. I just never really.
It's kind of cheaper, the houses. I want to get a house instead of an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And the houses are more. I feel I like it. It's very country. New Jersey City is the countryside, I call it, compared to New York. Where New York is the city, and Jersey's like the countryside of New
Yeah,
York.
it's the Garden State. It's very rural for the most part.
Yeah, so I wanna move to Park, New Jersey, somewhere like I like the homes. I like a lot of homes. I love seeing flowers and stuff like that. That kind of brings me much more peace than seeing big ass tall buildings. Sometimes it's like, so I'm like, damn, like how much taller you want to get this shit done? And I'm like, yo, I don't know. Why do people be having neck problems? Shit, I can't. I'm
Looking
like,
all over the skyscrapers.
yeah, like, oh my god, it gets taller and taller. And I'm like, because it's either that's getting taller and taller, or I'm getting shorter. Because there's no fucking way. Like, I cannot. Like, I bless the workers. Shout out to the fucking New York City construction workers.
Yeah, I don't know how they really be building those. Like when they rebuilt the Freedom Tower, I don't even know. Like they had to have been brave because that's a really tall building to build.
Yes, like this shit is crazy. Like I fucking commend them because like how the fuck I would never.
I mean, I think I could get like used to that kind of height working on that, but it's like my stomach would be dropping the first like few weeks because it's just such an unusual.
I'm scared of heights. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I can get used to anything. It's just there obviously are the growing pains of something that's like kind of scary, but I can get used to it. It's just like that's crazy that's like literally their career.
For real. Oh my god. And then it's just I like my cousin, let him rest in peace.
Sorry.
He was a construction worker, and something happened to him. It was I believe in Ohio, and a plow fell on top of him and he died.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, and it was all over the news. I was devastated. I was like, what the fuck? No,
yeah, sorry that happened to him. That's crazy.
Yeah, like it threw all of us off, and it was just like we was just like, what the fuck? So we just like they videotaped the whole fucking shit too, which is fucking crazy. And
well,
I'm like,
it might have been they were videotaping the site and it just happened like on camera. I'm sure they weren't like trying to videotape him like getting hurt.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, they actually like showing what the fuck happened. It just like it was just terrible. I was just like,
yeah, I would not want to watch that. That's just terrible to imagine.
That even made my anxiety worse. When I Scared of Heights got worse because when I saw that shit, and I was like, yeah. I don't care what nobody said. I am not gonna get on no rides. I was like, you good. I'll cheer for you. You good. You good.
I'm not trying to go out that way.
Yeah, like nah. You good. I'm rooting for you though.
Yeah, I'll gladly just like work in a TV station. I don't want to die.
Exactly. Like I love my life. Thank you.
Yeah, for real, I choose life.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, like I'll be like, nah, you get that's what happened when I went to Coney Island with my kids and my family, my baby and everything. We went to Coney Island and shit, and yo, it was just so fucking funny. Like he was like, you wanna come on? I'm like, no, you good. He's like,
yeah, I want to check out Coney Island this summer. I never been there in the summertime. I went like one time for like a networking party when I first got here, but I never actually got to like experience it when the weather was really nice. It was like raining that day when I was there.
Yeah, it's really cool to do stuff like that, and as an artist, you like build memories too.
Oh, absolutely. Like I've built so many memories here, like so soon. Like it's really only been like 6 months, and I have like so many venues that like I've been to, and like so many followers I got from like just performing after performing.
That's really dope. Like, how do you be feeling after, like when you start, from where you start to when you finish? Like, what's the adrenaline drive that you feel? Like your emotions. Like, what goes through your head? Like
when I'm performing or like the day of my show.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'll be honest. It's like I do get kind of like nervous and have to prepare myself to perform. I mean, I know I'm good and I know I'm going to do a great show. There's just always a little bit of like anxiety I get, but once I'm like on stage, I feel amazing and like 100% in my zone. And then off stage, I get that post show euphoria, like I was talking about last interview, where I just feel amazing and like a warrior and shit. Like I just feel really like top tier good, and it just makes me want to keep doing it. especially when I like, inspire other people or other people really enjoy the performance. Like it makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's why it's like super dope to have you here because I'm like, yo, his energy is fucking crazy. I love it.
Thank you.
Like, I love to be around people that are so positive and so happy. Like, I love the smiles. I love, the vibes that y'all bring. Like, it helps me. Like I said, y'all help me as an artist and as a person too. You help me grow more towards the goals that I want for myself. So
I'm happy I could do that for you.
yes, and I thank you. Everybody
Anytime.
that come here, I thank y'all too. Like y'all mad dope, like for real. Like y'all be bringing the good vibes, and the positivity. Like your mindset, just to talk to y'all and get to know y'all mentally is dope for me because therapeutically we need to be checking on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It
absolutely.
there shouldn't be no like hostility in terms of
Yeah, no, like I have no interest in beefing with anybody. Like I'll literally just not respond to anything people say negatively.
Have you dealt with stuff like that? Let's get
Not in
mentally.
person, not in
Mhm.
person, but like it'll be like a hater online or somebody that like I haven't even dealt with in a few years that'll just like find my music and just try to be rude or talk shit, and it's like I don't care. Like I literally don't give anybody my attention. Like there's more strength in not responding to people like that because then they feel like they can't reach you, so they get more upset.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you engage with them, it just like makes them feel like you're on their level. Whereas if you don't respond, they'll start thinking, well, maybe he's too big to respond to me. Then we'll fuck.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm still learning that.
It's all right. I mean, like I used to have like a temper about it, and like you literally would just see red anytime somebody was like disrespectful. But it's like it's really better off just to ignore them and just to keep like
Yeah.
doing your thing. Because it's like I look at it like I would rather just like use that like what they did and like the feeling I got from them making me mad and just turn it into like a part of a song. So that way I'm at least benefiting from it somehow. Like just arguing with someone online is not going to benefit me.
Like they like the
Kind of like
like.
how Jay-Z does it. Like he won't directly like say something to somebody, but he'll put it in a song.
Oh yeah, well I think it's most of everybody now.
Well, he was like known to do that. That's kind of the method I go for because it's at least like I get something out of like the whole thing rather than just like actually arguing with this person and getting nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I be catching myself. Like I'm still like I used to do that a lot, like in the past when I first started.
Mhm.
But then I had to really, I learned a lot from a lot of podcasters and stuff like that I deal with and still deal with to this day. In terms of the business, on how to handle situations because you got to think about it. If you don't have a publicist to cover your bullshit up, then I suggest you shut the fuck up.
Basically, yeah, 100%. Like it's kind of like you gotta like bite your tongue just sometimes just to save face.
Yeah,
Because
because
it's like,
it's like you're gonna fuck up your own reputation because
well, yeah,
nobody.
because that's the thing though too is like someone's not gonna want to work with you if you're easily triggered like that because they don't know if you'll act that way to them. So it's better to just like be more passive. I mean, honestly, you don't want to be too passive and just take like whatever BS you have to deal with. But it's like there's a time and a place to say what you want to say and not like say anything at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's the thing.
It's
Like
kind
I
of
be
like
catching myself. I
yeah,
be
it's
like,
like when keeping it real goes wrong. You don't want to like literally like do it wrong place, wrong time, and mess up your whole money or your opportunity.
yeah, and that's the thing. I had to see. I'm like a Chihuahua, so and it's like I'm short and I'm sweet, but my bite may seem I look it's small, but it's big, and I try to like I gotta tell myself all the time like yo chill, bossy, don't do it.
No, I totally feel that because like I said, I like grew up having a temper, so it's like I have to like learn. Okay, this isn't the time I like let that control me and let me give a reaction because this could cost me like opportunity or like doors closing could close for me for this. So it's like I just got to let it go and ride it out.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, so I try. I learned to be a good girl. I sometimes slip. I'm not perfect,
Well,
Hey,
that's gonna happen. It's just like
yeah,
you
I
gotta
still
not
make
let it
it. I
happen a
get
lot.
no, I be going out the mouth. But I can't help it. I'm from New York, Brooklyn, you know. And Latina too, so yeah, we loud.
Right.
So you know that shit. So I can't help that part, but I've been learning like professional ways how to handle situations, ignore things, you know, find a happy zone place, a safe zone place where you know you could redirect your thoughts and stuff like that. And I learned so like it's like that. It's like musical therapy, if you want to call it, like psychology.
Music is therapeutic.
Yeah, so you can say it and name it that because you know it is therapeutic. Because if you think about it, you know, musically, it really does help you to redirect your thoughts, and it does help you to try to put it in words, and it does help you try to explain things in your own creative way. And that's where that question goes to you in terms of how is your creative process? What is it like when you're writing and listening to certain type of instruments that really gets you in the mood to want to write, or just a thought or whatever? Like, what is it like to be you in a booth?
So for me, it's like normally I'll listen to like a bunch of beats, and I kind of get an idea of like a story I want to like talk about based on like how the like beat is making me feel. I use it a lot of times just to vent, like because like I said, I used to have like anger issues years ago. I now will just put a lot of the angry emotions I have into my music. So it's like that's kind of where it goes. I get most of the emotional music channeled from anger.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So when you're writing, right? Have you ever written like a dedication songs and stuff? Like, how you feel about dedication songs? Because not everybody likes to do those sometimes.
I haven't really done any dedication songs. You mean like say talking about like somebody who like passed, or like what kind of dedication?
Okay, so we are about to play one of your songs real quick,
Okay.
and then we'll get back to the conversation. So give us a minute, y'all. So here we go. This one is called Hacksaw. I actually like this one, so I hope y'all like it too. I hope y'all like it too because I do. I definitely do. Yeah, Hacksaw. So this is a really good song. So here we go, y'all.
Hey.
Heat until your double faces melted outside in your brain. Running through, wanna rock like me, wanna mush like me, wanna fuck with me, wanna rain like me. Nah, you can't mush like me, you can't rock like me, you can't rain like me. Where Jesus be, shoot your soul to the beat. 7 down, 10, practice number 6. Fuck you, 6 bitches, you ain't make you wait. Drowning with the beat, just be on my back. You some bitch without a leash. Struck a bell, raising hell, can't raise your views. Higher than your bitch, better than your homie. Turn it over in the street, run with the beat. Till you run like me, clear yourself a god, make you bleed. Clear yourself, 6 and kick to my dick. Suck your name to the death. Pop you as a quiz. Handle bitch. Put the heat onto your face and watch you melt. Call you slipping, now you crying, begging for some help. Fuck you, homie, can't tell. Boom, 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 in the room. You a state. Fuck your whole crew. Pussy is the life. Cut you off like dead buddy. You don't get no bitches or no money. Shoot a lean head. Model to his punk ass bullet vest. Pistol whip. No fuck best. Oh, who the hell will you tell? You say hell, say it. Burn it down, bitch. Burn it down. Y'all that 40. Put it down, bitch. Put it down. 40, rain it down, bitch. Rain it down, bitch. Rain it down, bitch.
All right. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but all right. F you too, camera. It's having a moment. So I'm just going to come. Hold on. But like this. There you go. Doesn't matter. I'm still here. What's good? So
It's alright. It's
yeah.
giving me issues too when I first like was trying to log in. Like for some reason I couldn't hear like well I could hear like say the music, but I couldn't hear like you and I guess.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even talking just yet. I was playing your music until you got in, and stuff like that to promote you more
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff. So you was good. That's why I said take your time. Because that's how I like to promote the artists and stuff. I'll play their music, let them get a drink of water. That's why I say get a drink of water, get yourselves together. Put a bata on, whatever you got. I don't want to see nothing else. It's a bata, whatever. Bata, a little robe in Spanish, if you don't know what that is. So, make sure you're good, be comfortable. I'm not expecting you to look, like all fucking, Kim Kardashian, shit like that. That's not what I'm expecting. It's not that serious, all right? You gotta smoke, you smoke, gotta drink, you drink, just chill, be yourself, this is a conversation, that's why this is called Voices of an Artist. Let's talk about it, because we don't get that a lot. There's certain shows that, you be like, oh my God, I can't say this, I can't say that, I gotta chill, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's like very like professional and commercial.
Which is cool. I get that.
That's cool.
It's
I
cool and
know
all.
what you mean.
But at the same time, I want to be my fucking self.
Yeah, you gotta
Why do I gotta put on a certain image because motherfuckers are in their ways? Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll be the realest nigga around. Like, the fuck? I'll tell you, like, I'd rather tell you shit than someone that doesn't even know shit just to talk their shit because they want to be heard and they feel like they're doing something. Like, you don't want that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's stuff like that. I just like, and it's like, that's the thing about me. I just, as an artist, you gotta be able to express yourself.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's like literally a must for an artist. Like an artist has to express themselves, as far as I know.
Exactly. That's why you're an artist. You're expressing yourself. Like that. What?
Like for me, it's like I need to constantly be like doing something artsy. Like literally, I based my whole life around like art.
Yes, like you an artist, you express yourself. So what the fuck? I gotta put some type of image because somebody else feels some type of way. Well, they never met someone who's real. Like the hell. Like you want someone who is trained. I'm not a dog.
For some reason, some people just can't handle real. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I'm not an animal. I wasn't trained to speak to you a certain way. I'm just gonna. Yes, there's certain environments I adapt to my environments. Like certain areas, like if I'm going to a nice fancy restaurant, I got waiters and nice. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I won't be like, oh, yo. I won't be. I don't act like that. Like that. That's only if I'm chilling with my people and shit like that. But professionally, I know how to behave in a way where I'm comfortable too. Because I'm not just going to be using all these educational words and then not have my hood side in it either. So I can't help that certain words come up like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and then
I know what you mean. I'm like, like for me, it's like sometimes I can't talk without swearing. It's just how I am.
Yeah. I'm trying. Like it's not easy, but me going to like different professional functions, like the mental health one I went to. I was so happy to go to that. You have no idea. I'm still thinking about it because I promote a lot of mental health. It really is important to me that people, people died from stuff like mental illness, and some people committed certain things because of mental illness, and nobody ever like pushed the fact that that's an illness in terms of that it's something that needs to be really taken serious and very supported.
Oh, absolutely. Like I think mental health should be number one because if your brain, your mental health, your way of anything in your head isn't right, then nothing's going to be right. Your brain literally controls everything.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I feel that's the way it should be, you know. And I really want to push things to the point where it's like that. So experiencing stuff like that it's really so rewarding to me. Like, even if I didn't get to perform, it still was like a rewarding thing for me personally, because you know, we all go through our bullshit, like, and it's hard for us to be, like I was saying, we sometimes in certain type of environments we can't really be ourselves because people have this mindset that, oh, you can't add, it's like they call it like an animal type of behavior, but I don't consider that an animal type of behavior. I think an animal is someone who's trying to not be something they're not, you know.
Mhm.
That's an animal to me. That's what I define as an animal, being something that they're not. So the way society is, it's like, damn, like, how can we be as united and not be able to speak how we feel? Yes, everybody says it's freedom of speech, granted, but how so? How much freedom of a speech you're talking about? Because I'm surely know there's a limit to what speech you're trying to promote. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
always a
because like with freedom of speech, it's like
limit.
we do have like freedom of speech, but it's like more so like what freedom of speech means is like the government can't like arrest you or execute you because you have an opinion, but there still are consequences to some of the things we say. It's like life is death, life and death is in the tongue, like they say.
Yeah, and you know, it bothers me. It like as me as someone who has challenges herself, you know, in terms of physical and stuff, and me trying to live in society and trying to not be accepted. It's more like to be heard. It's a struggle, but I do what I do, and I don't care, give two shits who don't like it either, because
Nah, I never care
you
what people
know,
think. Like if someone
yeah,
doesn't like anything you do or who you are, fuck them. Like it doesn't matter.
yeah, yeah. Like I have that fuck you mentality pretty much. So
Same. Like I literally don't care what people think at all. Like it's literally not a problem for me. Like I could care less.
yeah, so yeah, it's like I have that like fuck you mentality, and that's pretty much my mentality. Like I could give two shits what anybody says about me, because at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
it just doesn't matter.
yeah, I was like, at the end of the day, you just mad because people love me for who I am, and you're mad because they see the aura of my goodness, and it's not working for you. But why would you be mad at someone for that?
Yeah.
When it all starts with yourself. If you
Well,
want,
yeah, a lot of times people like they want
Mhm.
something that someone has, but they don't have the drive to get it themselves. So rather than do anything about it, they just hate.
Yeah, yeah, and it's sad because if there was not so much of that, I think we actually will be what it says, United States, because it's not
Oh,
united.
absolutely.
It's definitely not united. I'm sorry.
Nah, I mean, well, this country, well, America's really never been a united country. It's like
Yeah.
they act like it is, but it historically never was.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
always
like,
been a pretty divided country.
yeah, and it's sad, and people don't understand that united. You guys can give the definition of what United States means, but is it really united? Because let's think about it. Look at the bullshit we've been going through. Come on. Does
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
feel like we're together? No, it does not. It feels like we're already divided because everybody has too many opinions, you know, and too many no's and yes and oh's and ooh's and fucking world star bullshit. So it's like, you know, it gets tiring. It's like throw the whole fucking world away, then start a whole new one. Then like the fuck. Like that's pretty much what I feel. The bullshit that I hear and I see, and you know, it's like, bruh, like, are you serious? Like, be serious. You want people to be serious about you, but you're not even serious about the whole situation. You just mad nonchalant, like you don't like give two fucks. Like
Yeah.
you like give two fucks about anything. Like, how does that sound? It doesn't sound too digesting for me. Like that's just me, like as a person, especially someone who wants to fulfill this type of industry career. Like there's so many distractions, and it's just like it's always something happening, like a tit for tat type of situation. It'll go from the marketing um to the entertainment industry, and it goes on. It's like there's like connected dots to each of those somehow, because each of those be happening at the same time as the events, like the war issues and stuff like that we mentioning, but then they try to interrupt it with something like, oh, like we should go there and chill type of vibe. So I be thinking that a lot. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a nerd. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so I be thinking shit like that, like, yo, wait, that sounded so weird. This dude said that because this happened. Like you be thinking like current events be happening already, and it's just freaky and shit. Like it was already it happened. Like in certain type of shit, like Michael Jackson and rest in peace. He's like my favorite.
Yeah, I like Michael Jackson a lot.
Yes, him, like, how he had the mask on and shit, and everybody's, oh, why he has a mask on? Like they were like talking mad shit about him, and they were like, oh, he has a mask on, da 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 da. He's this and that. Like, yo, he told us right there the fucking COVID was gonna come. Right there, he had the whole mask. Yeah, if you see some documents about Michael, like if you go on YouTube, they have them. Like I love like documentations and stuff like stuff like that to really get to know people, and they talk about that, and then they it's like it's so fucking coincidence how now we gotta wear a mask because of that situation of COVID, because of the fucking toxic of COVID.
Yeah, some people think COVID was like it was created, but it was accidentally released.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's getting all these like miscommunications, what's going on, and shit like that, and it's really fucked up because it's like I said, how are we so united?
Yeah, we're definitely not a united.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like, well, it could be too. It's like when you think about it, it's like having a country that has like freedom of speech. There's bound to be a lot more division because there's a lot more opinions. So, I mean, I guess it's like kind of, just not hypocritical, but it's kind of just what's to be expected. You create that freedom. It comes with consequences that people still don't like your opinion or freedom of speech.
Yeah, of course. And now things is like you have to get everything in license, even your fucking mouth.
Well, yeah, especially with cancel culture.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know. I feel like that's too much power for like people to have to actually be able to cancel somebody, especially like when it's over something that's not even like worth canceling over.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. So it's like our speech, is it really free? I don't think so.
Well, I feel like cancel culture is ruining it, but it's weird because that's the same like advocate for free speech. It's just they don't want free speech that they don't like.
Yeah.
Which is a little ridiculous. I kind of feel like people shouldn't let other people's opinion just because they don't like it really bother them that deeply. Like, just because somebody says something doesn't make it true or valid. It's literally just words.
Yeah, and it's like it's everything that you do. You have to like hush hush, like. And I'm not trying to live in a world like that. I'm sorry.
No, I feel like people should be able to say whatever they want.
Yeah, like I know how to cautiously say what I want. I definitely do. I trained myself to be that way because respectfully about I want to be respected, and but at the same time, I also want you to understand what I say is what I mean, and you gotta understand if it was you gotta understand it too. You gotta relate. It may not be the same situation or the same problem, but it could be the same type of tactic that you try pull. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I try to be assertive and myself at the same time, and it works pretty well on myself. I talk my shit. I handle my shit a different manner. You know, sometimes if I don't understand something, I'll ask a certain questions so I can have a better understanding. So I do different shit like that, and it worked well for me. And it's kind of hard because I see the struggles in some artists that it's hard for them to say what they really wanted. I feel like they feel like they're like holding themselves back.
Yeah, I would recommend like someone who's an artist or even just anyone in general should never like suppress or hold themselves back from anything. I mean, granted, you can't like say anything you want all the time because it's like some things that come into our head we shouldn't say. But it's like for the most part, I feel like people should just be comfortable being themselves. I mean, it's a process to get to that comfortability, but it's like I feel like people should strive for that because it really is a feeling of freedom once you actually get there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I be getting those like that energy from them. Like I could feel it when how they present themselves when they get called on stage and so forth. Like I feel like there it's not just only like even if it's just their first time, it's not only because they're nervous or whatever. I feel like whoever pushed them and guided them didn't really fully make them understand certain things, because even if you're nervous, you're still able to really engage with the crowd.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. And I mean, being nervous is normal. I mean, sometimes being nervous just means you care about what you have to do and want to do a good job. It doesn't mean like someone shouldn't do it, or it doesn't mean that they can't do it. It's just nervousness sometimes means comes from caring about what you're gonna do.
yeah, and my only thing that I get nervous with is the equipment, because I don't like no fuck ups. Like I want my mic to be on point. I want the beat to be on point, like in terms of balance with my vocals, because that should be agging me. Like yo, I'll be like I humble myself though. I humble myself. You know, I'm very patient. Anybody can tell you.
Yeah, I mean, patience really is a virtue.
Yeah, anything that I had dealt with, anybody that I dealt with that had issues like that, they know that I'm very humble about it. Like I'm not chill about like we're gonna make it work somehow and stuff, you know, because I know what they can do. It's not because they said that shit to me and I'm all fucking better and shit, you know. It's because I know what they're capable of. So I let certain shit slide. But then when I deal with people that I used to deal with that does the same fuck ups, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like that's what drives me fucking crazy. That my anxiety gets crazy when it comes to that. I get scared that the sound ain't gonna be perfect or the microphone's gonna be too low or too high. Like that's my nervousness. But to deal with a crowd and just vibe with anybody and shit, I'm Gucci. Like I love the vibe. I love being around people. I like the energy, the good energy. I like like people when they're themselves. I like people when they're mad chill. They can just chill without fucking arguing and fighting over dumb shit. You know, like that's a
Yeah,
good
I mean that's just immature. I feel like to do, especially at like a venue.
yeah, that's like a good fucking vibe. So it's like it's mad chill and and I love the fact that we could be able to do shit like that. And and it's like the energy. I just love it. I just can't stand when someone's just like, ugh. Like who fucking
Yeah,
pissed
I mean,
you?
there's always going to be like, a few people that are just like difficult or a pain in the ass. It's just better to like ignore them. Eventually, they like fizzle out because like nobody wants to work with somebody who's like that.
Yeah, like I'm like, who fucking pissed in your cereal? Like, ew.
Like, who raised you? Who sent you?
like, if you got the ugliness vibe, I don't. You need to.
Uh,
I don't want. I do not want to know you.
I mean, you shouldn't at all want to. I
Yes,
don't want to know anybody who's miserable.
Yeah, I'm
I
good.
mean, because like the thing too is like energy's contagious. If you're around somebody who's miserable, eventually you get like that.
Yeah, like and then people don't understand. That's when people say what they say about people when they change when they're around certain people. When you're
Oh yeah,
around
you are who your friends are.
exactly, and it really is freaking true.
Oh,
It really
100%.
is.
I mean,
Really
that's
is.
why I literally like I look at it like I have a bunch of like associates and business colleagues, but I have very few like friends because it's like I'm very selective with that because I don't want to inherit the wrong energy. I need people who are like hustlers and like business minded and like really about what they're about, like I am.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the whole vibe, and that's the whole type of vibe that I like to deal with too. Like I like shit like that. Like, and the fact that you're friends, I'm pretty sure they support you like
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. Like everybody supports me from my family to my friends. Like I don't have any like anybody close to me who isn't supporting me. I wouldn't let anybody who isn't a full supporter like be around me because it's like I don't need that energy.
Yes, yes, yes. How
That,
was
that's
it
like
like?
that's probably the best advice I can give any artist is like really stay away from people who don't like believe in you or like always see like a flaw in what you're doing, unless they're really just like trying to be a friend and like um, give you like constructive criticism. Like it's like you really don't need people who are just all straight criticism and all straight like non-believers.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's true. It's this world is a trippy, trippy, trippy place, and I learned a lot, and I'm still learning. You
Oh yeah,
know,
you never stop learning. I mean, that's how life should be, is like constantly learning new things.
yeah. But some people just wants to stay the same, and I prefer
Yeah,
to be
it's
that.
crazy because like some people are afraid of change, but it's like literally the only guarantee in life is that things change.
Exactly. Like this is why they say take risk in life, and it's like
Oh,
you
you
gotta
got to
be.
take risks. No risk, no reward.
But see, when you say shit like that, they just take it as risk. What you mean, like do like stupid dumb shit decisions, like no like that's not
Well, a
like
risk has to
no.
be calculated, not just impulsive. I
Yeah,
mean, there are going to be risks that don't have a reward, but it's like it's better to know that and then know what you did that's wrong than just do nothing and like just play it safe. Like you don't get anywhere playing it safe.
yeah. Being that you're like doing music and so forth, and how has it impact you in ways with other engagements in terms of you seeing other artists in their stories and their ways from the real artists to the ones that are upcoming like us, like how do you feel in that when you doing music but you see other people doing it too, like what's your feelings towards them in terms of how you feel towards your music?
Well, I think it's cool anytime somebody wants to pursue like music or the arts as a career. I feel like there needs to be definitely more of that. Like people should be putting themselves out there as much as possible. So I do enjoy seeing like, especially really talented artists like have no fear when it's like they're going for their dreams. I think that's cool
Yeah,
because I think everybody should just do what makes them happy at the end of the day. And if being an artist makes them happy, that's what they should do for a career. That's most likely their calling.
yeah, and sometimes it helps them get through shit that we don't
Yeah,
even know.
absolutely. It's an outlet.
Yeah, it helps us mentally. It really does. You have to really go through some shit to really understand that. Not a lot of people understand that because there's always different situations. You know,
Hmm.
and sometimes it's hard to express certain things. So we go to certain things that we know that makes us feel better in terms of like creativity wise. Like it could be anything. It could be like doing hair, nails, or doing
Yeah,
clothes.
there's everybody should have like their own specific outlet. Like some people just
Yeah.
just simply working is like their outlet. Some people it's like it's got to be something artsy. Some people it's
What is your outlet?
mostly artsy things is my outlet. Like I don't just do like music. Like I'm also like I've written a book. Like I actually have it published and everything. I'm a professional videographer, I have my own clothing line. So pretty much like everything that's like creative and artsy is my outlet. I
Okay.
would say I'm just like a well-rounded artist, like in every regard.
Okay. That's really dope. See, another hat. You got so many hats. Look at that. I didn't even know that. We're learning together, y'all.
Thank
That's really dope. Like,
you.
wow. Like, how do you feel like dealing with everything like that? Does it overwhelm you sometimes? Like, how do you?
So genuinely, when it comes to like art, I don't get overwhelmed. I actually love doing art. Like any chance I get to, I will. I've learned that I have to like listen to my body more and like rest when I physically like feel like I need it. Because for the longest time, I was just doing like I said, any opportunity I saw. And I mean, that's how it should be. But it's like I also had to learn to listen to my body and just like rest when I need it. But
Yeah.
it stinks because it's like even when I'm like resting, I feel like I want to be doing something and I wish my body would comply, but it's like I understand I need to like relax sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's true
It's
because,
just I'm really passionate about it, so like literally any chance I get to like push myself closer to my goals,
yeah.
I love to take it and want to take it, but I understand like the body needs rest.
Yeah. Your health is important. I always, like I said earlier, you better take care of yourself. You want to do all
Yeah,
the
definitely.
magical things, these wonderful things you want to do. You want to push yourself. Well, you need to take care of yourself. It's important.
Nah, 100%. Because like I basically feel like I work 6 days a week because I work Monday through Friday at a TV station as a videographer, editor, and floor director for a show.
Yeah.
Um, but then like Saturday, I'm doing shows or networking or performing or doing like all these other events. So it's like a 6 day a week like job for me being an artist. Sunday, I make my day of rest. Like I won't do anything but like order food and watch TV.
Wow.
That's just how I treat Sunday. Like I try to just relax.
Yeah, which is good. I highly recommend it. Self love, self care. It is important. You need to fit it in ASAP all the time
Mhm.
because like mental health is really high now and dangerous. So I don't want nothing happening to nobody. It's a if I had the power, truthfully, to like to prevent that, that would trust me, it will happen. I I be feeling for people that I be feeling for the parents that lost the kids due to the shooter.
Yeah.
But then you find out the shooter had mental fucking problems, and then the history of people ignoring, the symptoms and the delays and all that shit. Like I went from their perspective to that person's perspective, so it was just like I was stuck between two people, but I also was also stuck between the truth.
Mhm.
You know, there was a lot of preventions that could have been done, but
Well, that's the thing
nobody.
is like a lot of times people don't take like invisible like illnesses seriously. They think it's all like a hoax or something.
Yeah, like awesome voodoo type shit that people be like making up, and
Hmm.
yeah, like they like for real, like someone gonna make that shit up. Come on now, like I
Well, yeah,
I
I mean,
get
because
what
it's
you mean, like people sometimes be faking shit, and it fucks it up. It's like they say if one person fucks it up, it's like everybody gotta take it.
yeah, it's like one kid ruins it for the whole class.
Yeah, so it's just like that, and it's sad, and we're over here trying to live life and enjoy it, but the crime wave is so fucking high. The stupidity is so fucking high.
Oh shit, it really is.
It, like, and then this now the whole submarine shit happening,
Yeah,
yo.
that was crazy. Like, um, yeah, like what's funny is that submarine kind of looked like a fleshlight to me.
Me too.
Like, I was like, bro, that is an ugly fucking submarine. Like, literally, who designed that? Like, you could not convince me to get in there. There wasn't even any seats in there, and it's controlled by like literally a video game controller like this. Like, what the fuck, man?
Like, yeah, like, oh my god, like I was just like, yo, dumb fucks of the year.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I
Like
think
I
the
felt
thing
so
is, if they're like a billionaire, why don't you just buy your own submarine?
Because they trying so hard to bring shit back in the day. Listen, there's certain shit you can bring, but there's certain shit you just gotta leave alone.
Yeah, like I feel like we should just leave nature alone.
Yeah, like chill out. Y'all tripping for real.
Well, my thing is like, why don't they just? Because like we send robots down to go see the Titanic before. Like, why don't they just send them to retrieve it and bring it up so people can just see it at a museum?
Exactly.
Like that just seems so much better.
I was always thinking they were gonna put like a underworld atlas type shit. Like,
That would be
like
cool.
I always thought they would do some shit like that if they really want people to really know the history and shit like that, and to really be more engaged in the world's, finest things in life. Not the shit that they put out there just to make a buck to scam people. Like it would be really dope. To have some shit like that, because they have the underworld scene type shit going on in aquariums and shit, so why can't they do that? Like,
Yeah, I think there's definitely probably a better way to go see the Titanic than getting inside a little fleshlight.
that's what I'm saying. Like, come on now, you guys got all this fucking technology, okay? Like, be for real. You fucking decided to build this drone shit for people that want to do videos and and movies and shit like that. So if you could do shit like that, then you could fucking definitely build some shit like that.
No, for real.
Like that would be really fucking dope, and you could get to know science more. People get to know more vital information, health and stuff like that. It'd be really dope. I like to see life anyway.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. Like I like some of the fish that are at like the bottom of the ocean, like the anglerfish, the one with the light bulb. I think that one's cool.
Yes.
I actually just found out about vampire squids this morning. I think those look dope as hell. It's just a bright red like squid.
Yes. I always wanted to know what the hell that was, and I was learning that with my daughter, my 9-year-old. So it was like, like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
What, the vampire squid?
Yes, I didn't know about them either. I was wondering why the fuck are they red? And they looked weird.
It's kind of weird that they're like red, but I don't know. I guess like that's why they get called vampire squids is because of the bright red color.
Yeah, like
Also, I guess what they eat is they just eat like snow from like what that falls from the surface, which is kind of cool.
oh wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting. See, I like.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, we talking about nerdy shit, and it's not nerdy shit. It's really good vital information to get in touch in conversations like this because, hey, fuck it, we always talk about music all the time. We know we do what we do. We know we bring the crowd, and we know that we love what we do. But sometimes it's good to chill to talk about other shit like what life brings. Like fuck, like how we
Yeah,
feel
it is
about.
cool just to kick back and talk about life.
Yes, like it's good to get in tune with yourself as an artist. You can also learn something new about yourself and what you like and not like. Sometimes you surprise yourself. Sometimes you're like, oh shit, did I really say that? I'm really proud of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good to feel that way. Like take look back. Like oh shit, like wow.
Yeah, to like reflect.
Yeah, have you done that lately? Like, have you been reflecting on things?
Oh yeah, definitely all the time. Like, because I used to actually have like stage fright years ago. That's why like I didn't really perform a lot. Like I had an online following before I had like a in-person following that I performed for.
Yeah.
So it's like cool to see like how far I've gone because I went from like being like scared to perform to like literally being able to do like a show every day pretty much when I moved to New York. So I definitely like changed a lot once I went to New York, and it was what I needed. I think was to move to New York because that's what like triggered all the great things I accomplished so quickly.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because what made me move to New York first was I was working at a TV station in Boston. I got fired, and rather than like try to find a job in Boston again, because it's like not a very entertainment based city, I just decided to like go to New York, and ever since I've been here, it's worked out for me better than living in Boston. So I'm happy here. Like I really love that I was able to do so much here so quickly. I think that it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, that's really dope. In terms of that, like when you're traveling and you're doing all these venues, and there's different type of agendas there. Like, how do you feel when it's just like sometimes it's just you only with that type of vibe, and the rest is like hip hop and R&B or
Um,
or spoken poetry. Like, how do you feel when it comes to stuff like that? Because sometimes some people feel uncomfortable, like and like it's not for them. Like they feel like it's not for them. Like, how do you feel in terms of that? Because I'm pretty sure you had dealt with that like a few times.
yeah, I've definitely performed at venues where like wasn't really my scene or like my type of music, and I was definitely the only one that made the type of music I make.
Mhm.
But I kind of like that in a way because it helps me stand out. Like I feel like people will definitely remember me better from like the show being different than like blending in.
Yeah.
So I don't mind playing like venues where it's like I'm the only artist doing my sound because like that'll only get people more interested in me and maybe they never heard that sound and don't even realize that it's a sound they like yet.
Yeah.
Like it never bothered me being like the only one that had my sound. I mean, I've played venues too where a lot of people had my sound as well. But I'm content with either one. I mean, I guess it's like part of me would wonder sometimes if like they would like it or find it appropriate because I know poetry is a different style of like music because it's like more so about the rhythm and the like way it's delivered. It's about more of like a deeper thing, whereas I feel like music could be more about an entertainment thing. So it's like I wonder if like um, they won't take it as serious or like it as much because I'm not talking about like important issues when I make music. I'm talking about just like having fun and like going crazy.
Yeah.
But
I
I
know.
mean, generally speaking, that's never happened. Like pretty much people who like, even if they have a different vibe and style than me, they tend to like it. Or like I'll get people that say they never heard that genre, but they love it, or they weren't really a fan of that genre until they heard me do it and they loved it. So it's like it's good if you're different just to perform for people that are also different. You never know if they might become a fan of it because of you.
Exactly. Like, they don't understand. Like, you can learn something from people.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even bad though to do so. Some people have their ego too far, like, and it's knowing hell type of vibe. Like, why
Yeah,
be
it's like
so,
because my mentality, like the whole time I was like here just looking for shows, is I just would look at like, well, a show's a show. I mean, I can get picky later once I'm touring and like actually, um, have a say in like where I want to perform. But for now, it's like I'm happy with like performing anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like they don't understand, like, having that type of vibe. It's like, this is what we like. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of vibe we need.
Yeah, and it's like you never know. Also, it's like you may play a venue that isn't really your scene, but somebody who's there knows somebody in your scene and can direct you to it. Because I mean, I played like a couple shows at like a West African themed restaurant that really doesn't do like a whole lot of metal. It's more so poetry and like hip hop sounding. But like somebody heard my music and said they liked it, and that if I'm looking for like to do a show that's like similar to what I do, I can go here. And I played like 3 shows with those people and it was awesome. So it's like you never know where anything's gonna land. Like
Yeah,
if I had the mentality like, oh, I'm not gonna play there, it's not my scene, I never would have met my scene.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like getting engaged with things like that. You're building like relationships, and you're getting to know yourself, and at the
Yeah,
same time,
it's a journey, like they say. A journey, you learn things, you gain things, you lose things, you get better things. Like it's just part of the whole journey.
yeah, exactly. So it's like it's an awesome way to be able to learn at the same time about yourself.
Hmm. Oh
And
yeah, you learn a lot about yourself being an artist.
yes, yes, especially creating
Hmm.
and engaging with the creating that you did. And the pressures, like have you ever felt like too much pressure sometimes, like a moment, like you felt like it was just too much at that moment?
I'll be honest, like I don't really ever feel pressured. I'm passionate about what I do, so it's like I love it. Even if like I say get anxious and like nervous and it's like, kind of uncomfortable to like get to like the stage and perform, like I still like will, go to every show and perform no matter what. I don't think I've ever felt overwhelmed by anything. Um, I might have felt that like maybe in the beginning when I was getting super like used to doing shows again, because I took a break from doing shows for a while. But like pretty much, it's like the more I did it, the less nervous I got, the less overwhelming it got. I mean, it's like I know my skill set and what I'm capable of doing when I perform. So it's like I don't really like believe that they're not going to like it. So it's like that takes the edge off. Like plenty of people have like loved my music, so it's like I don't really worry about if it's good anymore or anything.
Oh wow, that's good though. You gotta have that mentality when you're dealing with this type of type of industry. You really gotta come in there with the fuck you mentality.
Oh,
And
absolutely. I mean, people love someone that like knows who they are, is comfortable with what they do, and like doesn't care what people think.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. You gotta be able to. You gotta have that mindset where you gotta come in and to
Mhm.
have that fuck you type of mentality. And it's not to be disrespectful. Yeah, not
Well,
like
yeah, no, it's
it
like
makes
the thing is, it doesn't have to be disrespectful. It's just you're not
no.
supposed to like let other people's opinions really get you down or like stop you.
Exactly. It's not
Like
even.
that's really the more so with the fuck you opinion or the fuck you
Yeah,
mentality is. It's just somebody's opinion or viewpoint of me doesn't affect what I know is good for me.
exactly. And you need to have that mindset, especially dealing with the music industry.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'll definitely say this. It's like the music industry and being in like the music like world. It's like definitely
Mhm.
not for like the weak. You got to be tough to deal with this because there's a lot of shit you got to deal with.
Yeah, like have you ever dealt with crazy shit during the times of you performing and stuff
No,
like
I haven't really had like anything like like crazy happen to me or like anyone in the crowd since I've performed. Yeah, not at all. Like it's been like pretty good anytime I do a show. Like it doesn't get out of hand.
that? Okay, that's
I
good.
mean, like people like will mosh or like party to my music, but it doesn't like nobody gets like terribly injured, hurt, or like anybody ever charges stage at me or anything like that.
Okay, yeah,
Like I've
cause
never like felt like in danger.
yeah, like you never felt like you just out of place. Cause
Not like out of place, like in a bad way. Like I guess it's like I recognize that I'm different from other artists, but I like
yeah,
am comfortable with that and accept it. And I think it's like because of that, a lot more people, even if they're not into my style, will respect me.
yeah, which is true.
Yeah, because I never cared if I fit in. I just cared about being myself and being comfortable.
And that's good, and I commend you for that. I
Thank you.
wouldn't you not to change because I feel like if you change, don't change because people told you something.
Oh no, I mean change is like normal, but it's like it should just come from within. Like it's a choice.
Exactly.
Like it has to be a choice for it to be healthy.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to make sure you choose it for yourself because you want to, not because someone to say, hey, no, don't do that. Like you could hear them, but listening and hearing them is two different things. So
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing too. Is it's like people have to realize that it's like people are gonna say whatever they want around someone. You can't control what people say, but it's like we have the conscious choice to either accept the advice or deny the advice. Like we can do that any time, and if we don't like what we hear, we just deny it.
yeah, exactly. So it's like you gotta have that, that mentality. You gotta be able to
Yeah, like you
deal with
really
it.
got to like basically structure your mind a certain way to be like an artist.
Yes, because this world is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of shit. Being an artist definitely comes with a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, like the shit. Oh my god, like I'll be like, Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's times you're like, well, damn, that was painful, but whatever, I'll get over it.
like shit, like how much can a person take?
Yeah, it gets like that sometimes too. It's like, god damn. It's like, whew.
Like holy shit, like this should be like what? Like I'm like what? Like nah. I'm like y'all be tripping for real. Like it's not that serious, but it's like they make it like it is, and I'm like
Yeah,
wow. I was
I think
like,
people are just like way too like, I don't know, easily upset.
yeah, that's another thing, man. Insensitive. Like you want us to be sensitive or not insensitive. Like, come on now,
Yeah,
like
we can choose our reaction to things.
yeah, and it's like some be choosing the dumb shit, and then you want to be mad about it later. Like, you know what?
Hmm.
You shouldn't have done it then. You know, like it's just it's fucking corrupted. It's sad. Like, where's the real motherfuckers at? Like, where's the real people that keep it
Yeah, because I think
100?
like the problem is like being real doesn't get rewarded as much as being fake.
Yeah, like it's like shit. They wear fake fucking jewelry, fake what? Fake fucking whatever clothing or whatever. For what? For what? Because the fucking world is tripping. That's the what. It's like the devil has made his peak really hard because the shit you be hearing. That's why I don't want to get sucked up in the industry. Like I'm gonna do my thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm doing my thing. Bada bing, bada boom. But
Bada bing, bada bing.
that's my favorite fucking line.
I love that.
You know, I'm gonna do my thing, but I am not gonna get myself sucked up into the bullshit that these fucking people be on. I'm good.
It's good to go against the grain sometimes.
Yeah, like have you read Cat in the Hat? You can play, but you gotta know
Yeah,
how.
it's kind of funny because Dr. Seuss is actually from the same city I'm from.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like you know the fucking saying. You can play, but you gotta know how. But y'all niggas can't even fucking play right. Y'all just do the most, and it's like damn. Like, and then when we got the good shit, we don't have no longer the good shit because y'all fuckers just fucked it up. Like, and we gotta go back to finding something else to do that we don't want to do. You know?
Mhm.
So, and it's sad. It's like that in society. You know, and we live in it, and we gotta be the ones to change it. Like it starts with you, you know, musically, non-musically. It starts with the person. You want it to change, you gotta make the change. Like Michael Jackson said,
Oh yeah, change comes from within.
yeah, Man in the Mirror. I love that song. That's what he said in that song. It's,
Yeah, he's got so many good songs.
yeah, it's like he got all these messages in these songs. Like I love songs that relate some message. Like that I can tell you I love stuff like that. And it doesn't matter how it is delivered or sound. I just the fact that you speak the words that people sometimes are scared to speak for themselves, it's perfect for me, you know? It's perfect. So I like when he said that, make that change, right?
Mhm.
Right? So it starts with you. It starts with you. You gotta really want it. You just can't like flaunt it fakely, and then when it's given to you, you flunk out. Like nah.
Well, that too, and it's also like you got to prepare for the things you want.
Mm-hmm.
That way, when you get them, you don't fumble them.
Exactly. And as an artist, it's like we gotta come together sometimes and be like, fuck it, we gotta do what we gotta do. But we gotta do it in a genuine heart. We can't do it in like a jealousy, hatred type of fucking vibe because it will never go right.
Mhm.
Like, and it sometimes it's like that. Like sometimes it's like that, and some events I be going to. Like I really, you know, niggas will clap for who they want to clap for, is to talk to who they want to talk to. Like, you know, it's like that shit whack. Like, we hear the same way, trying to get by, trying to
Yeah,
hear.
well, that's something I like never really agree with, was like when people just like show like, I don't know, like favor to one click, and even if somebody's like really good, they still don't give them like their props. I feel like literally that's just being a hater in that case, because it's like if somebody's good, it doesn't take anything like away from you to just admit that. Like, I don't see why they would randomly hate on somebody that's just good at what they do.
Exactly, like this, and it's just sad because it would be much better off without that. You know how much
Absolutely.
fun and much comfortability and clarity we will have, and how much support we will have without that. Oh my god, it would be like a fucking miracle. Like, it really would.
Yeah, well, it's like that's the thing too, is people don't realize that like if they actually were united like with like the music scene of their city, then everybody could get on, because everybody would have the same amount of support from everybody.
Exactly.
I mean, granted, it should be genuine. If somebody makes great music, support it. But it's like if somebody makes good music and you're hating, it's just that's so stupid and needless.
Exactly. And it's like, you want that for yourself and you want that for everybody else, but it's like, how can you support people that don't even support you?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, I feel like it's just a big snowball effect too, because it's like they'll start hating, so then they hate back, and then it just makes it even worse. And then people who also don't like that group will join another group to hate on that. So it just becomes a big mess, just from like something as simple as just like hating on someone who did nothing to them.
Yeah, I learned a lot because I was told I was on somebody's live, and I think he was part of the industry, like he was industry. So, and he was like, asking, he's giving free advice, right? So I was talking to him and I was asking him when it comes to like the support system and stuff like that, and he was saying, I don't know, he was like, it doesn't matter how many supporters you have. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stick with those that support you, because it doesn't matter how many supporters. The genuine supporters will be there, not the ones that were paid for, So, so it's really cool, that it's like that. You there? Ooh. Uh-oh. He'll come back. I'm going to play one of his songs. Hold on. Oh, Chris.
Up and then I'm chopping, call it Shinigami, hard stuffing. Up and then I'm chopping, call it Shinigami, hard stuffing. Up and then I'm chopping, call it Shinigami, hard. Cheers to your back, Cyrus Bang, Finny Gang. Wanna cry from all ears, eating the streets of picture shit like Van Gogh. Got you like the prey, wanna talk crazy, better do the race. Got the chopper, let it blow. Got the anger, can't let it go. Bitch, running like the wolfie, I still live a smoke. I'm a courier, what I see as a now. Demon seeing dreams, cornered by the screen. I'm a fucking bored god by your feet. Needle through your cheek. Check yourself before you speak. Found a spring of leak. Save some bands, haven't got a toe. No apology for God. Angels burning out the sky. Let it on the block. Made the sky spray acid down on day faces. Lock in and we load it. We lock in and we load it. So we lock in and we load it. Paint the walls with the inside colored red like Gary. Finna get you blasted and preach my block. You can find me 8:30 on that chick to beat. Drop my dress, Hail Mary. If it's the last day, pray you let me stay. If not, souls good to take. Hold on prayers for me. Ops need a more. Minds made a fucking up. He want war. If I head around first, last motherfucker ever gonna see. Throwing tracks stuck in low. There to look up, that's the halo. There to speak, that's your tongue. Wanna talk out your neck, I'll cut it through your throat. Ain't no Colombian, bitch, I'm Puerto Rican. Should've listened to a gizzard. Want you not to go singing. Now you on my phone slicking. Bitch on the ground tweaking. Just had to do that speaking. Calling all your hell can't be touched. Think I'm scared, don't give a fuck. Leave all your shook darkness on the 21. Split y'all off just for fun. Cause I stole your bands, blocking shit. Losing land, ops gone, ward got command. Up and then I'm chopping, call it shit, it got me hard, stop it. Up and then I'm chopping, call it shit, it got me hard, stop it. Up and then I'm chopping, call it shit, it got me hard, stop it.
All right, y'all. Sorry, he had to go quick. It was an emergency. Understandable. We'll get in touch with him, but yo, that was him. That is yo. He is dope artist. Check him out, yo. I support him 100%. He's pushing himself. He's doing his thing. And I'm super proud of him. It was a pleasure to have him on the show, to talk some shit, you know, how we do. And we're about to be out. Y'all, and I hope y'all have a good evening or good morning or whatever y'all doing. You know, just be safe. Remember I said, take care of yourself. Self-love. Boss of me. What's the artist? I'm out. Later, y'all.